gonna record a little Get Good with Beasty episode. How about that? How about them apples? We're gonna do it live. This is a live game actually from Golden League between the two brothers, Puppy Paw and Wham. I played earlier a game against Viper in Golden League where I beat Deli with French because I think French is a very good civ against Deli. And we're going to be looking at their game and kind of try to give you a little bit of, tips, a little bit of advice, how to play versus Deli in general, not just as French, but in general, and, talk about Deli's quote-unquote weaknesses, if there are actually any. And I'll kind of point out, since this game is live, I'll kind of point out the mistakes that either player might be doing. So it's like a cast/guide/memes, alright? So, these guys are fighting for their spot right now in the Golden League. There's a very good chance they're already qualified, but basically winning this secures them the spot. So, number one thing, you gotta start with 2 scouts on both sides. Although, Puppy Paw is going with just 1 scout. Okay, interesting. I prefer 2 scouts, but some people only go 1 scout with Deli or Abbasid because they rely on berries more. But I think this matchup is a lot about food denying, or any game versus French specifically is all about food denying. So I'm kind of surprised he didn't go for 2nd scout, but it is what it is. French player has 2 scouts. So one of the best ways you can play against Deli to just fight them straight on and just trade as much as you can until they run out of food. That's, easier said than done, right? Deli, before the patch, they had insane amounts of berries, right? They had up to 500. Now it's only 350 out of 250. So they can stand berries, but they can't stand berries forever. And eventually they gotta swap and they gotta, either get farms or go out on the map. And that's when you start to punish them. Now, whenever you play against Abbasid or Deli, if you enter these kinds of trades where, you're just mashing armies against one another, good thing to remember is you can take both boars because Deli and Abbasid cannot get that boar meat. So you'll basically have 4k food extra. Meanwhile, berries give 700 food extra per patch, which on, one player side of the map, if it's not Lipany, is 2.1k extra food. So basically you got 4k food in the boars, they got 2.1k extra food in berries. So in theory, if you just trade with Deli non-stop, they will run out of food first. And they will be forced to go farms first, and that's very good for you because the AOE meta right now is to continuously fight, try to deny resources, and basically go farms as late as you can. Because the faster you go to farms, you're basically using wood to get food, and that's not efficient, right? Because the opponent can just keep making units, but you gotta use wood to make more food or to get food income. So, a good idea when you play against Deli. Most civs can do this, I think. This guy looks a little weird. Looks like he has a skin or something. Most civs can do this, but it's not a bad idea to put a tower maybe right here next to the sacred sites, or maybe even tower all 3 if you have the wood, and maybe even upgrade the towers once. Now, the reason why this is very good against Deli is their researchers take forever to upgrade, right? So Deli can't just get siege engineering and blast down your tower. They gotta research that shit for a long time, and trust me, no Deli player will open with siege engineering. So by making a tower, and if you see a heavy melee unit comp, what you can do is you can even upgrade it the 2nd time. The tower, okay, he's going for tower, see? You can upgrade the 2nd tower, and then it gets an extra 1k health and 5 fire armor. So that way, even if you go to harass Deli or whatever, you still have that tower that's gonna make sure the sacred site isn't capped, because Deli will 100% be going for that play. They're gonna want to get the sacred sites and get that juicy gold. Meanwhile, they're gonna focus all their workers on food and wood and just kind of mow you down. Now, is Wham? Okay, Wham is actually going for pro scouts. Now, I said this matchup is a lot about food, so if Wham manages to take the deer from his opponent, he is, I'm not going to do math in stream, but that's 350 times 7 deer, and there's 2 packs as well. So he's going to be taking, not only gaining, but he's going to be taking away batshit insane amount of food. And did Puppy Paw see this? The scout was there, but I'm not sure if he saw it. And he's not making any effort to send the spearman to the deer, so I don't think he actually realizes that this is pro scouts. And if Wham actually just yoinks all the food from him, this is going to be a very bad game for Puppy Paw. And like he's made like 5 or 6 scouts, and he's just chilling right now. He's taking all the food on the map. He's loving it. And this is going to... Oh, he sees now for sure. And now there's units coming. So that's a little... Yeah, now he moves the spearman. So he didn't know. Now he moves the spearman, but it's already too late. And the deer packs are both on the opposite sides. So even if he tries to deny one, then Wham can just get the other one. Hey, Dope. Say hi to the stream. Good dog. So yeah, this is already very bad for Delhi, because Delhi is not a civ that you want to fast expand or go fast castle with your gold. You want to go castle with sacred sites. And there's a tower in the middle. He's getting some stone. He's doing, well, except Pro Scouts, he's doing the same thing I did against Viper. Now he's got a horseman, he's got some spears. How many deer did he take? He took 3 on this side and 2 on this side. That is still a very good amount to just yoink for free, basically. And he might even be able to take more, because like I said, he has to split units. So Wham is doing a good job, and he's kind of playing like a little bit of a you know, not trying to kill the Delhi player. He's not trying to rush castle. He's just like, I'm going to have mass units, and we're going to trade, and you're going to run out of food faster, which is what I talked about. You can definitely fight this, because Puppy Paw has most of his spears on this side. Yeah, that spearman is about to get blasted down. Another tower here. Yeah, this is looking very rough for Delhi player. Delhi, by the way, is still a very strong civ, but it has fallen off, I think, a little bit in strength. And I don't think it's a top... Maybe it's a top 3 civ, but definitely not a top 2 civ. Yeah, and now the spearmen come, and there's archers, and he's losing the trades. He's gonna try to get the sacred side. I don't think that's gonna work at all. I don't think that will be working. He's actually trying to push 2 sides at the same time. I don't hate it, necessarily, because he can use this to try cap and maybe wall off. And then on this side, he can have most of his army. Let's see. Wham is going for another archer range. He can go for another stable and just start blasting his blasting mass units and start trading. Because like I said, once Puppy Paw runs out of food, that's going to be really bad for him. Yeah, he's going to try get this thing up there. Probably going to try to put some walls. Don't think it's going to work. He's going to get this one for sure. But, you know, giving Delhi 1 sacred side is not the worst thing. Okay, he got fortification here, so this is not going to be penetrated anytime soon. Oh no, he moved the... Oh, okay, there we go. He's going to get 1 sacred side, which is not the biggest deal. I would say, you know, he did get nerfed. So it's not like, oh, GG, he got a sacred side kind of game. But, you know, 1 sacred side is not what you're looking for. That's for sure. Also, French, let's not forget, has the faster worker production time. And even though he made a 2nd scout and Delhi player didn't, he is 2 workers ahead. And this is only going to increase because French workers, you know, make units faster. A lot of people that I see try to end the game versus Delhi, or they try to maybe trade sometimes too hard or too much. But what Wham is doing right now is like very good. Like, he's picking his fights with units. And Delhi player has to commit because Delhi player is falling behind, right? Because of food, because of worker production. So he needs to attack, but the problem is this tower is upgraded. So this thing, just getting with torches, is going to be a pain to kill. And like I said, he does not have siege engineering. Wham needs to get his archers coming. Hey, Doug. He needs to get his archers here ASAP. He's going for the 1 point. Like, look how slow that dies with this amount of units. He should have some knights to protect versus horsemen. But versus Delhi, or as Delhi, you want to go the unit column that Poppy Boy is going, which is Horseman, Spearman. And as French, you want to go Knights, Archer, and it becomes this like micro battle. If you're French, you can add a couple of Spearmen to think for your Archers, but if you have good micro, you can just stay on this unit comp and kind of trade out. He's not capping. He could have capped this by now. Like, this tower will not kill these, you know, but it's just like a structure that you can kite from to and use it as like a reinforcement point, basically. But Poppy Boy actually takes over. There's still a lot of knights remaining, though. He should be careful. This knight is 1 health, by the way. 1 and 3 health. You should just let those regen. But yeah, if you have multiple scholars, they can just heal themselves. And that's a second sacred site for Delhi. And that's not what French wants. I feel like Wen maybe lacks some units. He's adding second stable now. Oh, he doesn't have steel layer upgrade. You kind of really need that with this amount of archers. It adds a lot of DPS. And this is a point in the game where French, like the more you guys expand on the map, French is better. Because French has knights they can raid with, and Delhi has horsemen. So basically, if you micro French units well, aka knights, they should never die unless you engage them into spearmen. And horsemen cannot chase the French knights, because horsemen are just gonna die. So you're in this situation where French knights do way more damage. Okay, well, yeah. French knights do way more damage. French player can do the harassment. Technically, Delhi player can too, but horsemen, you know, are less deadly if they run into the workers. And also, defending with archers on your food lines is a lot easier than with spearmen, because with spearmen you can just run around them, literally. So that's something to consider. And Wen is slowly losing ground. He didn't recap the middle, which is a pretty big mistake, because that was free for taking. He moved all of his units. He's sending 1 archer now. So right now, Delhi pulled away from the gold, and you can see Delhi has 1,000 gold. He can do some trading, buy some food, and because Wen yoinked his deer, now he can buy some food to compensate for that. Also, I feel like he could have retaken this bottom site a lot longer. Oh, no. He could have retaken the bottom one a while ago, but he just didn't really focus on it, because there was nothing defending it, and there's no wall, right? So now he is 3 sacred sites down, and Delhi is getting a lot of income now. This gold that you see is about to increase, and this is with 0 workers on gold, by the way. This is what I mean, like, look at this harassment. Like, it's good, but it's nowhere near good compared to French harassment. So Delhi right now has a lot of archers. I kind of disagree with that. I don't see why you would make archers. Should just make more horsemen and spearmen. Like, these archers are terrible against knights. They're only good against archers, but archers aren't your main issue. It's the knights. So, I think that's a mistake from Delhi, to be honest. Like, look, she's gonna lose the fight now, because these archers are pretty useless, actually. Scholars are also now healing. So, what Wem gotta do is just retake the sacred side slowly. If you look at Delhi's side, he ran out of food here. Ran out of food here. He has 1, 2 deer here, and 1 berry patch. So he's out of food. If you look at the income, he has 5 workers on food. I don't even know where those 5 workers are. Oh, God, he has 3 workers here and 1 deer. So yeah, this is, even though 3 sacred sides is, you know, look good and all that, look at that, going farms. And if you're noob and you're watching a high-level game, if you want to know who's losing and who's winning, whoever makes farms first is very bad. Very, very bad. He doesn't even try to get this berry patch, which I find interesting. He's doing some harassment, the horses die. That tower is not even in range, oh no. So he's just gonna recapture it, and this is just a losing battle right now. He has a lot of gold. He could have been buying food. And he could have, if he denied deer early on with Spearman, you know, this game would be very much still going and it would be very even. And if you look at the supply, very even, right? If you look, it's like, oh, he's only 3 workers ahead, equal army. But Delhi's in a very, very bad spot. Very bad spot. This is like one of those, it's like basically I'm a party pooper because I'm now calling the game, it's pretty much over. Even though technically the game is still going and there's a lot of units and oh my god, who's gonna win? French is gonna win, or should win, right? I don't want to say is gonna win because obviously players can throw at any point and that's not my fault. But I'm just saying that from this point on, French should never lose. See, these farms are going up, now he has to wall for the farms, it's just awkward as hell. And on the other side, if you look at the food situation, he's got the 2 boars, right? He never picked up any of the boars. That's 4k food. He's got a deer here. He's got berries here. Berries here. He made a second TC, because why the fuck not? And he still got deer under his TC. And he still got berries here. So, and if you compare it to the other side, Delhi is on farms. One of the dogs was steering. So yeah, at this point, as Wham, aka the French player, you have 2 options. You either go and kill Delhi, and I mean, I would personally focus on this, because that's the last food source, and I would probably attack there, and just commit more and more. What he decided to do is get a second TC, and extend his lead. He's going to play more passive, he's going to get castle, and he's going to win with better upgrades, which is also an option. So yeah, not a good look for Delhi, I'll say that. I think Delhi can probably buy food and age up as well. But see, this is the thing with Delhi. Delhi is a civ that is extremely powerful in feudal age. But if you're behind going into castle, your upgrades take so long to finish that you hitting castle doesn't mean anything, right? You still need time for actual castle to kick in. So whenever Delhi gets castle, it's not actually castle. It's like a feudal 2.5. You know what I mean? If castle is age 3, then you're like 2.5 age 2.5, because then you need your upgrades to finish, and that takes a while, and then the opponent can actually just attack you and kill you. Like, let's say Puppy Paw greeted out and got age 3. Wham could have just pushed and just killed him, because the upgrades and everything is going to take so long, whether it's in blacksmith or unit upgrades. Technically you can make an elephant, but elephant is really good, tower elephant, but one elephant ain't gonna do much, you know. And yeah, Puppy Paw aging now as well. What did he age up with? Right here. Okay, he aged up with House of Learning. Okay. And what is his unit comp gonna be? He kind of needs to... See this? 2 minutes and 30, by the way. With Scholar inside. 2 minutes and 30. Meanwhile, French upgrades are done. Okay, archers aren't done, but knights are. Where's his archer? Yeah, this takes like... What is it? 1 minute. So even though they're both, again, same age, it's a little deceiving, because Wham, in about 20 seconds, has his castle and has his castle units, but Puppy Paw is going to have his castle done in 2 minutes. But you know, the Delhi power is all your shits for free, so you should have higher massive units. And this is unfortunate thing. He's going Knight Archer, but that's 4 knights! When did this actually fight? Does he have no spears? Wait, he has 0 spears. Wham, just kill him, brother. 11 knights versus 4 knights, 5 knights? Ooh, War Elephant. Okay, Chad the Elephant. Okay, yeah, shouldn't fight against Elephant. That Elephant smacks cavalry, by the way. Look at that charge. I wouldn't be surprised if Wham throws down a keep soon. You should definitely yoink these relics. And By the way, both players are playing all over the place. You know, macroing, microing. He's yoinking the relics. He's trying to prevent the relics from being taken. He has a scout there, so he has really good map vision if you look. He sees more than half the map, so... yeah. More than half the map. Wait, Deli took 2 relics, didn't he? Or 1? Yeah, Deli got 1 relic, but that's not a lot. Maybe he can take another one here? Does he have any scholars? Nope, he didn't send any. He could have actually taken this and this relic. But, yeah, maybe he thinks he wouldn't be able to, so he didn't bother. Oh, yoink. Yeah, French is gonna get 4 relics. Let's not forget, French is on 2 TC, by the way. So he's 20 workers ahead and about to be 4 relics versus 1. And he's gonna have access to 2 sacred sites. I mean, at this point, the game's over. Like, this is very bad. Very, very bad for Delhi. Again, you know, if Wham throws this, not my fault. But he is so far ahead economically. The only thing he needs to do is get arbitraries, which is the French crossbows. Oh, that elephant's fucking dying. Wow, that elephant died fast. I expect a little bit more meat on that boy, but not today. Yeah, and again, they're trading, right? You can see this is a somewhat equal trade. I mean, Delhi's still losing, but you can see this is somewhat equal trade, but economy a lot better. What could Delhi do at this point? Honestly, it just started going downhill when his deer got taken away. But what Wham was doing is almost a perfect way to play against Delhi, by the way. And this is something you can do with every civ. Even if Wham was a different civ, like English, you can still secure parts of the map with towers. And obviously, you don't need to go pro scouts with English, but you can still push different sides and use towers to kind of leap forward and stuff like that. So, the kind of more territorial approach to, you know, going for this and securing is what Wham did, and it's working out really well. Now he's 40 supply ahead. He's gonna not risk anything. He's gonna build a castle, you know, make sure the middle is established. Okay, he's gonna go with the 4. Okay, this is a Moncasteer actually, because if he loses this fight, that's a lot of workers that are gonna be dying. Does Puppy Boy even see it? Yes, he sees it. I mean, Puppy Boy has to fight here. This is basically, in a way, you're forcing your opponent not only to fight, but you're forcing your opponent to all in. And that's a lot of crossbows. Holy shit, I thought these are archers. 23 are rare. He lost a lot of workers there. A little sniping from Puppy Paw. He's still, okay, he lost a couple of workers there. He lost like 10 workers. But that castle goes up. And with that castle being there, he denies this sacred site because now he can recapture it, and going around the castle or the keep is never a good idea. Probably should take down this tower, complete this wall off, and GG, well played. Look, he still has berries, by the way. That's sad, isn't it? He still has berries and boars, which I don't think he will be taking any boars, but he should. Boar is insane food income. Insane. If your civ can use it, unless you're English, Delhi or Abbasid, any other civ, boar is yummy. Hello. And we do see Mingonel on the field. Trebuchet trying out, okay. Yeah, at this point we're just, you know, if Delhi is China, right, you can say like, well, any moment he survives is getting better and better for him. But because he plays Delhi, Delhi Imperial is the worst in game by far. The longer the game goes, Delhi is actually worse and worse. Castle, regarding strength, is Delhi's strongest point, because it assumes that Delhi got to castle first. He got elephants, he got sacred sites, relics, and then he just has so much income and can pump out so many units. In this situation though, you know, he's building a castle, but that's going to get mowed down. You know, You know you're behind when you're building a castle, but the opponent is already shooting it with a trap. You know what I mean? It's that level behind. And again, if you look at supply, a lot of people would look at this and be like, oh, it's a close game. 154 versus 136 supply. No. This is a no bueno. No bueno. Oh, Meme gonna die without killing anything. Shocker. He's doing night run buys, which, you know, I talked about before, is a good way to come back into the game when you're pressured. But basically at this point, Wham would need to like rip his keyboard out and then eat his mouse in order to lose enough villagers for this game to be a close game. Look at this, he has 4k gold. Did he pull out of the... Oh my god, he has 4k gold, and that's not even from Guildhall. Guildhall is on food. He can actually pull out of the Guildhall and go Imperial. 4.2k gold. Do you know why he's overdoing gold that much? Because he's mining this gold, which is technically kind of in the middle of the map. Although he's mining way too much. I don't know if he realizes, like, he has... Wait, he has 3 relics? Oh, Delhi managed to take 1, okay. I feel like Wham is, like I said, ahead, but he's taking a little bit longer to wrap up the game. But yeah, do you guys in Twitch chat have any questions? Maybe I can help out regarding this game if you want to ask something and regarding this game. Don't ask me some monk ass. Why farm so bad? Well, because one player is getting food from the, you know, straight from the source, from the cow's tit, right? And then they're making units with it and using wood to make production buildings and make more units. But the other guy is basically going through processed milk, you know? He has to get the wood, then he has to make a farm, then he can make units. So if he makes 10 farms, that's 700 wood. 700 wood is insane amount for this level of AOE4 that early. So farms aren't bad, they're a great source of food, right? The problem is, if you can delay farms as long as you can, you want to do it. With Delhi and Abbasid, does it work to begin by a mill instead of sheep? I mean, he's doing some good harassment, by the way. I think players are split. Sorry, I'm getting hiccups. Players are split if you should start berries or sheep as Delhi and Abbasid. I personally start with berries, because especially against aggressive civs. Because if your berries are, let's say this is his TC, and if these berries were here, I would rather get berries first and then have safe sheep after than the other way around. Because you don't know what kind of situation the game is going to be in. So I prefer to get berries, but I know some players still get sheep first. Does maintaining a farm require wood? No. How do you close out the game at this point? I mean, like I said, I would have probably killed the Delhi player in Feudal by attacking this food source earlier. He decided to go Castle, but then he didn't attack in Castle either, which I also thought he could have killed him in Castle because he had full tier advantage over him for like 3 minutes. He didn't, so I guess he's gonna go Imperial, and like I said, even if Delhi does go Imperial, it's not good, right? So he is losing workers. He's 25-ish workers ahead. Which honestly, I mean, okay, I'm not gonna say he's gonna come back, right? He is very far behind the Delhi player, but giving this much room, it's kind of giving him the space to come back. Like, he killed your keep here, he killed 2 stables, he's now gonna... Oh my god. Whoa, watch out! He's slowly gonna kill this landmark, right? And, like, he has Imperial units. Just kill him, you know? I'm not even meaning. Just kill him. Look at these knights. 46 lens damage. These ones got 38. 270 health. If he has university... He has university. If he gets this, Royal Bloodlines, extra health on cavalry, you can just mow him down. Like right now, he's using a lot of resources to keep this alive. He's going hand cannoneers. Which, by the way, there's nothing wrong with playing like this. It's like he's getting further and further ahead in a way. But the longer the game lasts, you're giving your opponent a chance to come back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! And he's out of gold, by the way. He did an oopsie doopsie. I did this earlier in a tournament. But yeah, the game ended, so we're gonna speed through, because there's not much to say. Delhi and Imperial is trash. And, yeah, he's just gonna kill it. He has hand cannoneers, are a bit of rallies. There's some bombers from Delhi. Okay. Okay. But he's too far behind. Like, French was 2 TC from like 10 minutes, 12 minutes. So, yeah. French is already remaxed. Delhi's struggling a little bit. Just a little bit. And you know, Delhi upgrades are going to take about 40 minutes to research from here on out. So, that's rough. That is rough, brother. He's got a castle here. That's gonna go down. Feels Delhi, man. So there you go. I hope not only this little video, this little guide, this little whatever you want to call it, helped you with Delhi versus French, but I hope it also helped you with how you see food in Age of Empires, because it's a very valuable resource, and there's multiple ways you can win in Age of Empires 4. You can win by denying food, you can win by denying gold, you can even win by denying wood, right? It all depends how the map spawns and which areas of the map you focus on. That's something that a player with experience identifies in the game. You know, you play the game and you're like, okay, this is exposed, he's here too far away, I can pro scouts and I can take that away from him and then force the battles and yada yada. And like I said, a lot of people will be watching this, maybe they're a bit lower league and they don't understand the game quite as well, and they would say like, oh, that game was pretty close. Brother, that game was over minute 10. That game was over when he picked up the deer, deny that from him, when he got second TC, and Delhi didn't win any major fights. Like, the game was over then. The game went on, but, you know, that's different. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what else you would like to see. Slap a like, slap a subscribe, slap your table. Thank you for watching. Twitch gamers, let's keep going.